I'm Emily Davis, EIC of the Prowler, and I'm sitting down with Coach Williamson of our softball team. So with the knowledge of the Whitewater game coming up, what are you doing to prepare your team?
Well, we've, had a long weekend off and getting back to it the last few days after Labor Day weekend, and we're getting ready to play a doubleheader against Whitewater tomorrow. So we've been working on a few things that we were struggling with before the break, and trying to get some people settled in positions and batting order straightened out to hopefully take care of business tomorrow against Whitewater.
And especially coming out of the Northside game. That was a really competitive game, a really tight game.
Yes, that was the game that we had an opportunity to win, and we scored enough runs to win, but the defense just struggled at times and didn't make plays when we needed to. So they're a strong team. They hit the ball well.
For sure.
And they came out on top this time, but hopefully we can fix that next time we play them.
So coming out of that game, though, what kind of a mentality are you having going into this next game?
Well, we know everybody in this region is tough. It's one of the strongest regions in the state, and we've talked about that a lot with the players. You got to come ready to play every game. You've got, I think, 5 of the top 6 teams were Elite 8 or Final 4, and 1 runner-up team from last year. So you can't just show up and win. Like the old region, we had 3 or 4 teams where you just showed up and you won the game, and you can't do that any longer. It's a very strong region.
Oh yeah, and also especially with how well Whitewater does with their pitching and their hitting.
Yeah, Whitewater's a strong team. We've been back and forth with them the last couple of years, and I would imagine it's going to be another strong matchup, and it's going to come down to who makes the fewest mistakes. I think we'll win the ball game.
And because I know, especially with the Northside game, once again, there was a lot of like errors and like overshooting to first base a lot.
There were.
Have y'all been doing anything to help prepare or fix that?
Yeah, we definitely working on that. Like I said, we've been I guess experimenting a little bit with positions, trying to find the right positions for everyone. And it's kind of the time of the season now where we've got to just lock in what we feel like is our best lineup and let everyone get comfortable in a certain position instead of moving them around where they don't ever really get real comfortable. So that's going to be our goal the next couple of weeks, is to let them feel settled in and not feel like they're being bounced around, moved from infield to outfield. So hopefully that will work out to our advantage and we'll play better defense.
Have you found a pretty solid setup yet?
I think so. We think we have our solid starting 9 and 10th player, depending on if we want to bat someone. With the flex player, we can have 1 player play offense, 1 player play defense.
Yeah.
So I think we've got our top 10 settled in where we want them. We feel pretty comfortable, and hopefully it'll play out well for us.
Oh yeah, and like you said, like the region is extremely competitive, especially this year as they're pulling in like Northside and Northgate, and even though McIntosh is still kind of hanging in there.
McIntosh is a strong team this year.
Yeah, they're still hanging in there, but with there being so many schools to compete against, how are you preparing your team to go against such a competitive region this year?
Well, we've been talking a lot lately about the mindset. It's sometimes if your mind's not right, it's hard to compete.
Oh yeah.
So we've been talking about having the right mindset when we approach these games, and we practice. We don't go super hard the day before a game. We try not to wear them out the day before a game, but we need their minds right coming into the game. And I think for the most part, I think everybody still knows that we can be one of the top, if not the top team in the region, and we can make a good run at state if all the players, fulfill their roles. We tell them all the time, we don't need you to be spectacular. We don't need you to make the great plays. If you do, that's awesome. But just make the routine plays. That's what we need for everyone to do.
Yeah.
And if everyone does their job and everyone is not selfish at the plate and contributes and does what they need to do, then we've got a chance of being pretty successful.
Definitely. Do you have any concerns going into such a competitive region?
Well, I mean, you always have concerns. We have a few spots that we need to keep working on, and we just don't have a lot of depth.
Yeah.
So we have a small team. We don't even have a JV this year, so we don't have the numbers to pull up and try out other people. So I guess depth is our biggest concern.
All right.
And then COVID is a big
Of course.
concern. Hopefully we don't lose any players to that. Hopefully, McIntosh, I guess has been they were shut down for a couple of weeks, their softball team. So we don't want anything like that to happen. We want to get this season in for everyone's sake. The seniors and the entire team wants to finish out the season and see what happens. So.
And then just one last question. With those small weaknesses that we have with our team at the moment, what are you doing to play off of that, and what strengths do you really see in this team?
Strengths, our top 4 or 5 in the batting lineup, I feel like can hit with anybody. So offensively there, we hit the ball well. If we can get the bottom of our order to move runners around, to drive runs in, to lay down bunts, to move people over, I feel like we can be successful scoring runs. Defensively, like I said, hopefully we've found the right fit now, where we're not making. We were making physical errors, which we can accept that, but we were having too many mental errors and just coming up with the ball, not knowing where to throw it. 2 people standing there watching fly balls drop between them. That can't happen in high school ball.
Yeah.
So if we fix that, we should be okay.
Yeah, you'll be all set. Well, thank you for the interview.
Thank you very much.
And you've got the next doubleheader Whitewater games on the 10th.
Correct.
All right.
So looking forward to it.
Yeah, come out and show your Panther pride.
Yes, please do. Thanks, y'all.